क्या यार, कितना टाइम हो गया। मैंने सोचा था 20 दिन का ब्रेक लेंगे और यहाँ 2 महीने निकल गए। really sorry for not being around and not, uploading the podcasts. But उन चीज़ों के आगे बढ़ते हैं। ज़रा वेलकम कर दो हमारा भी कि हम भी वापस आ गए हैं, और सारे गांव में ये बात फैला दो कि शेप योर संडे सीजन 2 लेके आ गया है। दैट्स राइट, शेप योर संडे सीजन 2 इज हियर। ऑलराइट, सो सीजन 2 में क्या है, क्यों ये सीजन 2 है, इसमें कुछ बदलाव भी तो होना चाहिए ना। तो बदलाव है एक्चुअली द काइंड ऑफ गेस्ट्स दैट आर कमिंग। ऐसा नहीं है डांसर्स ही आ रहे हैं, बट हमने थोड़ा सा अप्रोच को चेंज किया है, डांसर्स को बुलाने के लिए। जैसे कि ये पहला एपिसोड हम कर रहे हैं किसी खास व्यक्ति के साथ। शी इज़ माई सोल सिस्टर, and whenever I think of Latin dance, I think of her. I'm talking about Miss Soma Subedi, and इस पॉडकास्ट में हमने ये बातें की हैं कि कैसे उन्होंने इंडिया में लैटिन डांस को परस्यू किया, एंड ना सिर्फ परस्यू किया, बट शी हैज़ बिल्ट अ होल करियर अराउंड Latin dancing, around salsa. And yeah, I don't think much of an introduction is needed. She is one of the most amazing artists, Latin artist of India. She has done, like a lot of things, man. मतलब पॉडकास्ट में सुन लो, सब मेरे मुंह से सुन लोगे क्या? पूरी कहानी वही है. Alright then, without wasting much of your time, let's begin the podcast. Finally, welcome to Shape Your Sunday. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm so excited to be here. Finally. First of all, I want to say I'm so proud of you and congratulations for doing this, for kicking it off and, keep going. I'll pray for you and it's going to be a success. It is already a success. So just keep
Thank
the
you so much. Thank you so much. And yes, you're finally here. And after so long,
Yeah.
like after
I'm
one
really
season,
sorry.
14 episodes after.
I made you wait. I'm really sorry.
It's okay. Good things, as I said, good things take time. So,
Yeah.
no worries. It's finally you're here.
I'm
So,
happy to be here.
yeah, man.
Yes.
I'm happy. What can I say?
Okay.
So first of all, like the question for you is,
Okay.
how did you manage to make a career in in a dance form that is like that's Latin, like salsa and other forms of social dance in India, and how did it happen? Like, how did you start and how did it happen that you made a whole career out of it?
Oh, big one. I would not say it's a very like established, like I'm right there. It's the journey. Like I'm still in the journey. And so how did this come about is actually I was not at all prepared to become a dancer or choose dance and choreography as my profession. I wanted to become a doctor when I was
Oh,
really young.
wow.
Yeah. And then I wanted to become a teacher. So doctor is what my dad wanted somewhere. So I wanted that too, but then I wanted to become a teacher. And when I was in class 10, my dearest friend Namrata Dasgupta, she told ki there's this salsa thing, let's do it. Like it's for 3 months. So we usually have like a semester, like a session break, like when we end a class and then we move on to the next class. So this was session break for Madhyamik, that is the 10th standard board
standards.
exam.
Right.
Yeah. So we had nothing to do, nothing. So we were like, I was like, okay, cool. And so we went for that class. And this was Aditya Upadhyay's class. He is one of the most renowned salsa instructor, dancer in Calcutta. So he has his studio called VLS Workshop.
Achha.
So that time it wasn't there. I'm talking about 2010. So in 2010, we went and we did the session. I was hesitant because, like the perception of social dancing is you have to have a partner.
Right.
First, one thing. Second thing, I was a girl. So I was like, oh my God. So I would say it was intriguing in a sense that, I was hesitant that I have to dance with a guy. Also excited, ooh,
I'll
I get
dance
to
with a
dance with
guy.
a guy. Yeah, because I was from a convent girls' school.
All girls, है ना? हाँ.
So yeah, all girls. So I was like, okay, let's try this out. When I go there, the class had only two guys, and most of them were girls. But still, it was worked out very well, very smoothly. We all got to learn, and every one of us were different levels because we were already dancing in school, so we had a understanding of our muscles and everything, how to work this that. Some of them were non-dancer. I mean, non-dancer as in, I
First
mean, do I
timers,
step
like.
forward? Then what do I do with my
Ha
body
ha
and the
ha.
hand
Right.
and where does all that? But it went on so smooth. So that was my like first introduction to salsa. That 3 months was like it still is like the base of whatever I do today. So I'm really thankful to him for that and Namrata for pulling me. Come. So after that, I went on to college, and I met different people. I got into my college dance team, that is Bhawanipur College in Kolkata.
Acha,
So I was
nice.
part of Bollywood dance team, and so from there I started connecting with different choreographers and got to know that there is something, there are gigs that you can do and earn money.
Ah,
So at that time, earning money for some people were like, "Are pocket money? Are chal na?" Matlab, some people wanted to try, and for me, it was like more of like, maybe a bit of earning comes from there because my angle of life was in that session break that I had in class 10 when I went for the salsa classes. During that session break, almost the end of it, my dad passed away through a car accident. I mean, a bike accident he had near Jasser Road.
so
So
sorry.
everything was upside down, and financially we were like really, like we were in, like, what to say, shock,
Yeah, like
emotionally as well as
as well as financially.
financially. We were like drawn back, and we were like, now what?
Hmm.
So from there, I started teaching, small kids, giving tuition. That is the only thing here in Kolkata or maybe in India,
Everywhere,
any
yeah.
girl or a guy who is of class 10 or 12, 11, 12, they can do,
Yeah.
because here you can't walk a dog or wash a car
No,
to
right.
earn money, right?
Hmm.
So if you're good with kids, if you can teach them, that is the first thing that everyone goes for. So that is what I started doing. And then when in college I went, I saw that these gigs are there. So I went for the gigs. So slowly, what happened is the dance community is overlapped in everywhere actually. The
Okay.
styles are overlapped. The dance community, people know each other. If you're in the community, you
Right.
know each other. So for
Ha ha.
example, you are not a salsa dancer, right?
Right.
But still I know you.
Yes,
How?
absolutely.
Because we all are connected through one medium, which is dancing.
Dancing.
So that is how, doing these gigs and meeting these choreographers, I got to know about more about Latin community in Kolkata.
Okay.
And then yeah, and then I did few festivals where I took workshops. So there was this festival in 2012, which is IDF, if I'm not wrong, Indian International Dance Fiesta 2014, which happened in the DI, that is Dalhousie Institute,
Okay, the love scene.
near Baliganj Fadi. Yeah. So there, and that was like, I would say that was like when I was like, I need to get into this, because Super Mario had come down for the first time, I think, in Kolkata, or second time, I don't know. And he had played this, uh, documentary about salsa.
Okay.
And I was like, whoa, like that was something. And that was a documentary which he had carried. I mean, you won't get it anywhere, you will get it from him only. So that is something he
So
had
he has
made,
made
and it was
himself. Okay.
he interviewed people and made that
Hmm.
documentary, and
Wow.
it was like, whoa. Or maybe he got snippets of interviews which
हाँ, other places,
people
हाँ, मतलब
maybe are,
collect करके.
or maybe are not alive today or something. He just merged them all together.
Hmm.
I remember very blurry the whole documentary now, but that was something like, it just awakened something in me that day. And also the performances that, the international artists had come down and they had performed. I was like, whoa. I was like, yeah. So then I started, then like I already was doing my training. Then I started taking it seriously as a profession. So I then went on to train with other instructors. For example, Hitesh, I joined him, Hitesh Salsawala, and I think I did 3 months with him. So slowly I got to know that everyone has a different style of teaching and everything.
So this is
And one day,
2012.
this is 2000. I joined Hitesh 2015, I think
Acha, acha.
2015
Okay.
or yeah. But before that, like 2012, 2013, and 2012 end, 2013, 2014, I was doing the training.
Okay.
Then,
Great.
uh, so yeah, then uh, uh, then I had this some offer from some college friend or something to go and give this like a something they want like an activity. So I
Oh.
went and I gave this demo of salsa, and I realized that I can do it. Like people are enjoying it, and so like that is the shift happened when I thought, okay, teaching kids, teaching is something I already do. I already know. I know obviously
Yes.
kids and adults are all different, but teaching is something I like. I
Yeah.
wanted to become a teacher, and dance is something I like. So it just came together, and I became a dance teacher instead. Yeah.
Simple.
So yeah, and from then on, I started tapping people. I started knowing more about salsa, and because you have to know about the culture and the music. Always remember, dance
Absolutely.
comes second, music comes first, then people start dancing on it, right?
Right, right.
So uh, that way. And then I would say, people have also put me down, and some people have also come through to push me up. So I have it was like a roller coaster, obviously.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
if you ask me how did this career thing happen in salsa, is I was good. I was naturally very good at salsa when I used to go for socials. So even before my training, or when I started initially, uh, socials, I was a very good follower. So there are two roles: a
Ah,
leader and a follower in a
leader
social
follow.
dance. So I was a very good follower naturally. That is what I realized, and also my teacher told me.
Right.
So that was kind of a boost, because uh, it's very rare that a good follower. I mean, if you're a very good follower or a very good leader, you get noticed. Matlab, if I'm dancing
Ah,
with a very good leader, suddenly out of average and lower average, I will remember him. Oof, this was a good dance. So like I would give you like a small snippet of um, why I love salsa so much. Is like it's like say for example, you Akash, I don't know you, and you don't know me, and you ask for a dance, or maybe
right.
I ask you for a dance, and we both know salsa, so we are dancing together, and the connection was just
Correct.
fabulous.
Ha, ha, ha.
Musicality was fabulous. Like we were connected with each other and the music at the same time. And the whole 2 minute or 2.5 minute or 3 minute experience was like magic. Okay. Maybe for me, maybe not that much for you. But what if it was for both of us?
Yes,
So
exactly.
I just, I long for that experience, again and again. It's like it's addictive, like oof, that dance, that experience. Maybe, the dancers who like really play the music go into that zone. I've seen few people basking. I forgot his name, but he's really good. He just goes into that zone. He doesn't care who's seeing or who is commenting or who is what. He just gets into the music, gets into the zone. It just flows, something like that. You connect, and
Yeah.
it is not just with you, it's you, the other person, your
Right.
dance together with the music. It's like it's the layer is, there's a lot of layer to it. Now that is what makes me want to keep doing this, keep doing this. So salsa um, is like, as I said, is a language. If you know, say for example, tango, but you don't know salsa, and I know salsa, we can't dance together. If
Okay.
you know tango, I know tango, we can dance together. So it's like we're speaking the same
Same
language of dancing.
language.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that is how, even if you're going abroad and you know salsa, and someone else from Argentina or maybe China, they come there, and you know salsa, you start
It's
dancing, and after the
correct.
dancing, that's you might start talking, and you
Yeah.
maybe get married. You don't know. You
You
might
don't
also
know.
get married.
Exactly. You don't know.
People have been like, there has have been
Yeah.
instances where there are powerful couples, like they have powerful dancers, they've come together and become a couple dynamic duo kind of thing. So yeah, you never know. So that is how I started. I was good at social, so people started recognizing me, and then I started getting offers to teach. So slowly I started teaching privately, and then I started, when I saw key name, there are more people who want to learn and cannot do private sessions. Then I started
Mm-hmm.
classes. People started coming in. Just
Great.
normally, gradually hota. It was a very gradual process.
Yes, yes, yes.
Uh, yeah, I still am teaching, and that time, since I was in college or just had passed out from college, so I was getting a lot of college gigs, like you go
Correct.
and give a workshop, this and that. Now, not that much. Now I have to do that. Like I have to announce that I'm giving a workshop and all of that. So that is how. So salsa was never my bread and butter, actually. The money that I would get, and then I would sustain my livelihood and my family, would be from choreographies and
Mm-hmm.
the wedding market, like the sangeet, the sidharas, the mehendi, all of that, the sangeet market. Like
Right.
I do choreographies, so that is something, you I used to use that, and salsa in and out is a very expensive dance style to learn and teach and sustain. Okay, so why is it expensive? Because of the costumes, because the dance form is not from India. So the instructors, like for example, my teacher, he is a, a Calcutta person from India, but he learned the dance style from abroad. Like he went to Europe. Michael Fons
Okay.
is his teacher. Okay, so there are other teachers as well. So he did his training, and all that money he put, it was all in euros, right? And then
Right.
he comes back, and then when he teaches it, it is obviously he's giving it cheaper than what he's received, but still
Absolutely.
expensive for the normal crowd to learn. So then
Correct.
when itne class ka itna hai, people are like, why so much? Because I
Ha.
mean, I learned Bollywood in 600 rupiah, 800 rupiah. Like, why so much? Because it is expensive, like the way it has come down to us. And
Correct.
on top of that, you have those shoes that you dance in.
Right.
Like for example, Bollywood, you can dance in
Anything,
sneakers
actually.
or barefoot,
Yeah.
depending on what your choreo is. If it's a classical mix or if it's a hip hop mix, whatever. Like Bollywood is a wide ranges altogether,
Yeah.
a different chapter.
Uh,
But for salsa, you have to be wearing salsa heels or the shoes, the mambo shoes that the guys wear. Sometimes they also wear jazz shoes. So the difference
okay.
between jazz shoe and mambo shoe is the heels. In
The
the
height.
sorry, yeah, no, for the boys also.
Okay.
And the jazz shoe, they don't have the heel. For the mambo
Ha.
shoes, they have heels,
Yeah.
even for the boys, half inch, 1 inch, whatever, 2 inch, sometimes 3 inch.
Wow.
Um, yeah, there are like people who wear, like big artists, they wear like 2.5, 3 inch. So those are expensive again, to use and maintain. Costumes, you always have to have like a particular costume. You can't repeat the costume all the time, because
Correct.
then it becomes very, like, people have seen you, you can't upload photos, videos again and again of the. So people do this, that say for example, I have a yellow costume and this is my choreo, so this is what I'm going to do in this costume. So whenever I'm wearing this costume, I'm going to do this choreo. So for the
Okay.
next choreo, I buy a next
A
costume.
next costume.
Yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
And it has salsa has different layers, like first of all, I would like to say there are two different broad categories of salsa. One is the social dancing, and the other is the stage or the performance, yeah, and the
The
competitions side.
competitive side,
Okay, so
huh? Huh.
correct. So salsa dancing socially, there are so many good dancers, so many like fabulous leaders and followers that I've met, and they're superb. But they don't want to do that as a living or as to like mark their names
हाँ,
in
to
history or
compete with,
something.
हाँ.
They're just doing it for fun as a hobby, side gig, whatever. And then another aspect is the competition, the shows, the like the livelihood dependency and all of that.
Yeah,
So these guys train differently and they learn differently,
yeah,
right? So um, so what salsa has is different aspects. For example, the partner work,
right.
shines,
Shines.
which is you do individually. A
Hmm.
girl and a guy, they're dancing together. Now the guy or the leader leaves the hand of the follower. What will they do? What will the follower do? Ah, now what? Now you break into shines. That is, you do your individual movements, feel the music, dance together, but not holding hands with
Right.
each other. That's shines. And then there are the
L-
dips, the drops, and the lifts, all of that. So in social dancing, you never do lifts and drops
Never.
because you
Yeah.
have got people around you. You might hit them. Okay.
And you
So
don't know the person
you
most of the time. Like, yeah.
yeah, you don't know what lift. I mean,
Huh.
but surprisingly, in Kizomba,
Huh.
you can do certain subtle lifts and subtle drops
Okay.
because yeah, there's this dance form. So there are three categories of dance which is happening in Latin in Kolkata right now is the salsa, bachata, and kizomba. These three dance styles. But there are other also which in India is happening. For example, merengue. For example, people are doing cha-cha. People are doing even rumba, and
Hmm.
people who are competing, they are also doing different kind of uh, other dance styles.
Right.
Okay, so that is how I got into salsa and got to know about things. And very recently, in this September 2021, I started my own socials called the Subedi Salsa Socials.
Yeah.
And yeah, so now I have a class, I have socials, and I'm still doing the Sangeet choreography things, the events that I used to do. So these are the three things that I'm focusing on right now.
Yeah.
Not very
Absolutely.
good with social media, not at all. Everything is right now, all algorithms and everything is right now counted and everything. And putting posts up. People are like, God, you're a dancer. Trends,
Exactly.
reels, this should be
The,
your thing. I'm like,
there is a
I don't
problem.
know why.
Like the thing is with
Yeah.
social media coming in now, people are so used to getting things so instantly. Like हर हफ्ते एक नया episode आ
Mm,
जाता है, हर हर दिन एक नया content आ जाता है. So they are so used to this. Now, like before, what used to happen, like we were used to like shows and TV shows that happened like after an interval, and there were breaks, commercial breaks in between. So उतना हम लोग consume नहीं करते थे. Now we are consuming so much that no matter how much we give, अगले को लग रहा है यार कम मिल रहा है और चाहिए. And
exactly.
one
It's
more
never
thing
enough.
about dancers and artists is that like, people think that all the artists can do well on Instagram and social media. But the thing is, uh, all the creative people need so much time to come up with something new. Only they know, only the creatives know. Like, yeah, and we don't feel like putting everything on social media because, of
Correct.
course,
Yeah.
like I don't, you and I, like most, I'm talking about most people, that we don't want to put our practice videos. We want to put something good. We
Correct.
want to put something that says our statement, that says our message, है ना? So हर बार
Correct.
it's not possible. So people should also understand कि हर बार not possible, इसलिए season break भी हुआ था अभी podcast का. So,
Yeah,
and
nice
one
one. I saw what you did there.
and one more thing, like I would like to ask कि I'm really fascinated by one thing that you do, that is salsa parties. So what is that like?
Yeah.
Can you tell something about that?
So salsa party, or I would say the salsa socials, which we call in our community, is where people from different schools, so if I'm hosting it, so anybody can host it.
Okay.
I mean, whoever is in the
community,
Say,
right.
for example, usually jo traditionally pehle hota tha is the head of the schools. For
Okay.
example, like I said few names before. If they want to, do their socials, they would do. Their students would come. Other people would come. So it's very similar, and they
Okay.
obviously they
Just a
have their
minute,
socials.
just a minute. Just to clarify for the listeners and watchers, that when she says schools, we don't mean actual institutes or schools. We mean like हमारे जैसे Indian tradition में घराना होता है ना, कि we say कि वो इस घराने से है, वो उस घराने से है. So it is that school that she's talking about. Yeah.
Correct. That
So
is what
continue.
I'm. I'm sure the listeners would understand that.
Yeah.
So schools, by I mean the dance schools, like the teachers, the different teachers and their way of teaching. So a person would have his own school, another person would have his own school. Right now, I have my own school. So this is a place where people from different cities, different schools in the city, anyone who don't know salsa, they can come and check out what goes on. But usually what happens, these people, be it a girl or a guy, be it of any age, they come, and if they know the dance, say for example, they know salsa, they know bachata, they know kizomba, they dance with each other. So what happens is through this party, we are giving them one experience, a Latin experience. We mix in a little bit of animation. So by animation, I don't mean hip hop ka jo animation hota hai. I did it very badly, but sorry. I meant animation. I mean something like, Zumba mein kaise hota hai? There's a leader and the followers, right? The instructor is doing something and you all follow. It's something like that. The leader and the followers. So there's a person who goes up there. He's doing some moves and everyone is following in one music. That can be a Latin music. That can be any English music or any Bollywood music, whatever the room is that time feeling, like the vibe. If the host feels, let's play a Bollywood music, usually I do that. I play a Bollywood music just to break the whole thing, which is really liked by people. That is why I keep doing more. But there, you can also choose to go for hip hop music or some other music or even Latin music to do this lead and follow thing. It's called animation in Latin community.
Okay.
So we throw in that, and if there are, for example, special themed party, say Halloween party or a Diwali party that I had organized, then we have some games and we have the sweets and this and that. So just to make it look just to make it fun, as I said, a fun experience for the people. So the baseline is a social. If you're going for a social or a salsa party, you are expected to dance salsa or any Latin dance form. If you don't know, you can sit. If the social party is in a club, say for example, mine one is in club, so you have to be obviously of drinking age, right? If the club is offering alcohol,
then
so that is the limit of the lowest limit, okay, of your age, and then you can move on up. So people come, whoever cannot dance, they can sit and observe and chill and talk and maybe try. For example, I'm a dancer, but I don't know this dance form. I would want to try it out. They can do that. And I also, in the beginning of the salsa party, before it starts, I teach, like I give a 30-minute workshop of salsa.
Nice.
Or so if a new person is coming in, that new person can understand or do some few moves of salsa and get a little bit of rhythm going, and use that and do the social dancing if he or she is willing to.
Great.
Like that. And if they want to know if there is any school nearby to my place, that is the place where you get information as well.
Right.
मैं इधर रहता हूँ, इधर क्या कोई salsa school है? I would suggest them this. Or if my school is nearby, I would suggest them my school. So like that, the people slow. It's a way of, it's a portal.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
a
That's what,
portal
that is what
for
I was heading
people.
to, huh?
Yeah, it's a
Actually.
portal for people to come in and transform into the salsa geek. I would say the salsa enthusiast. So that is what I do. So this is not only just what I do, but there are people doing it. And
Hmm.
also salsa socials or parties happen in salsa festivals. Festival
Okay.
is where people come in, different instructors, they teach their workshops. It's all combined workshops. And
Hmm.
in the evening, they all dance together. So
Oh,
you get to
great.
dance with a very advanced level
Right.
dancers
Huh.
and very lower level dancers as well. So that's a very good way to check if you're a
Yeah.
good follower or a good leader.
Wow.
So these
Amazing.
parties, so yeah, exactly. So if you come for my the classes, Akash, you just cannot do the classes. You have to use those learnings in the social and see how good you are.
Yeah, I've only
Like
taken
that.
one class and I've forgotten everything. That has been like what, 3-4 years back.
Yeah. But the dancer, that is the thing. The dancers catch on to it very fast. So if
Yeah.
you're already a dancer,
Hmm.
whatever a normal person would do in 3 months, you would catch that up in like a month. So
Yeah,
it's
right.
always
Because
fast track for you
because you
guys.
understand music and everything, so that is good. So
Yeah,
yeah, so
yeah,
I guess like these parties and these socials are a really good way, jahan pe like people can network also. Like you will meet, of course, because it's a social, it's a party. So even those like
correct.
high level people will come, and even like people who are just starting, or people who there could be first timers also, who would like to learn.
Yeah,
So you can also these parties could also be a good networking event as well as a good lead generation event also. Like of course, the main purpose is to have fun, but then again that can
correct.
also happen, right?
Yeah. Also,
Yeah.
it's a very good practice spot. Like if you are
Of
learning
course.
salsa for 3 months and you feel ki, how will I know if I'm good? And if you're still shy and scared, this is like where you can practice,
Great, great, great.
like your whatever you've learned. Yeah,
Absolutely.
and also there are people जो पहले salsa करते थे बीच में नहीं कर मतलब they have stopped learning but they
Hmm.
still want to come to these parties to have fun. So पहले सीखते
हाँ,
थे सीखना हो गया, they know it and they
हाँ.
don't learn anymore, say for example. So they also come and they feel connected
Of
back to it,
course. Like that is
like
good.
that.
Yeah, that's great. Like that's it. Like as in like हमारे like hip hop community में जैसे ciphers and all होते हैं. So that's
Correct, I was
है ना.
just about to say that. In your community, जैसे कि ciphers होता है, you come
Hmm.
and chill, you vibe. It's the same thing. Socials are for
Great, great.
salsa community.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right. So we'll head up to the section that I love the most, and the one question that will be asked to every person that comes here: कि क्या dancers पैसा कमा पा रहे हैं?
Hmm. I think I gave a little bit of snippet pehle hi.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So I would say right now, income tax वाले तो नहीं आएंगे हमारे no, just kidding. Right now, initially when I started salsa, that was not my um, base income. My base
Mhm.
income used to be teaching kids,
Hmm.
picking up different gigs.
Hmm.
So I started off as a like gigs में I would say कैसा होता था ना background dancers होते थे
हाँ
हम लोग.
हाँ.
So I have also done background dancing behind a singer,
Oh,
background dancing in a Sangeet event.
yeah, I've done it Sangeet
Okay,
events.
so yeah, and you know what? One thing I have to mention here. I know it's not what you asked, but I want your listener to know ki, as a society, I don't know why, like there is something, maybe we are changing now, but what I personally faced as a backup dancer is you don't get that kind of respect. Like
Aspect.
you don't consider them as an artist. You're like, you don't even feed them. Like for example, if I am the background dancer, the clients would behave a certain way with me. Like, हाँ
Hmm.
ठीक है पीछे जाओ. Yeah, like in a way, like if you're some kind of labor or you're very lower class working people, something like that. You should not
Yeah,
treat them also like
them
that
also you
actually because
shouldn't
they
treat.
are
Huh.
human beings. Yeah,
Exactly.
And some clients won't even feed the backup dancers. They would be like, "Unko kya khilana?" Matlab, I mean, they would just pay them for their work and they would just go. Some organizers are good, so what they do is they feed them from their own pockets. For example, if they are
Right.
पूरा दिन अगर वो लोग हैं सुबह से, they've done stage rehearsal, they've done practices, they feed them the lunch and also the dinner sometimes. They ask the clients if they can have dinner. If the clients say yes, they get the dinner, otherwise not. Usually ऐसा होता नहीं कि they get to have dinner with the clients. So what happens is and if the organizers are bad, say for example, they will not take care of your food or whatever. Like if you're having like headache or whatever, like they won't care. They will just treat you as one of the objects or props that is being used.
Yeah.
So this is not, I feel this is not correct. Like, if as a person who is hiring these dancers, if you are not giving them, the dancers, the respect in front of the clients, the clients would also not bother
Absolutely.
to, bother them. So, you have to be really, aware about this, that you have to treat them in a certain way that they feel like coming back to you for work, because obviously they need work. Some of them are still doing it even after all these bad treatments. Even they are doing it because they don't have an option. Some would not do because they might have an option, they're just doing it to try it out.
Yeah.
And some might work with some other people and not you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that. So but gradually it has changed. I've seen things changing, and even now when if I am organizing something and if I have dancers under me who are working for me, I make sure they are paid, they are like
well
they are
fed
fed,
and
well fed and taken care of, basically.
right,
they don't have
basically.
any excuses like that.
is
So
good.
that is like that what made me not do backup dancing anymore. Like I used to feel
Absolutely.
like it used to feel very bad of what I was doing. Like when you are doing something, you should feel good about it because that keeps you going, that keeps you motivated.
Exactly.
When you don't like something and you're still stuck in that place, the listeners, I would say, please move out of that place. You never know, you could grow like immensely in a place where you're nurtured and not looked down upon.
Exactly.
But if you don't have a option to do that, look for options, like find a way to get out of that situation, because mentally and emotionally also it's not good, because all that pent up things you cannot say to your boss or say to your people who are hiring you or people around you're working with, but it comes back home maybe, or to your spouse or to your boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, like your loved ones. And then it's not very good place to live in.
Exactly.
So I moved out as a backup dancer, and then actually moreover some people like they're very, like I would say, like a very good bunch of people I've come across. So they recognized me, and I mean not recognized me, they saw some potential in me, and they picked me up as a choreographer, like to assist them and all of that. Yeah, so that is how I started my choreographer's journey. I started learning and assisting, and some of them I did for very few money or maybe not. So just for the learning experience. I don't think anyone would do that right now.
No, we all
and
do
I
it.
know-
Like, of course, I have done so many workshops just for free, assisted many people just to learn.
I'm talking
Yeah.
about Akash. We are not from now. We are from then.
Oh yeah, sorry, forgot
I'm talking
about
about now. If now I ask someone to please come and do this, they will first ask me how much will I get.
that.
How much am I getting? So
Okay.
so obviously that's something we should always ask for, being a professional.
Of
But
course.
if you're an intern or if you are someone who is just looking to learn, you should.
But that is the way, I guess. That's the like that is what will lead you to make money actually, like sustainable money. That then only you can get if you learn. And I
Yeah, say
believe
for example that person is saying कि इस काम का तुमको 5,000 मिलेगा. I know it's not very much, but I know
हम्म
that this learning experience is
एग्जैक्टली
important for me, right?
हाँ हाँ वही चीज, that's what I'm saying.
So then I'll take it. But few of them right now, few people right now would be like, "Nee, I don't want to take it because it's too less." Like that.
Correct.
So that is what I'm saying. So anyway, but times have changed and we pay people. Definitely we don't.
Glad.
We pay people and yeah. So then my choreography journey started and it was going good. And then this salsa thing happened, bam! And then I was off the choreography market for a very long time, like 2 years, 2.5 years, I think. And then again, I got back because obviously I got into salsa and all of that was happening. So then again, I did the choreography events thing simultaneously. So जब I was doing the salsa, I would not say I was not in the choreography thingy, the event thingy. Absolutely, I was, but not that much. So
The
I was
majority
more
time you
giving my
were
more energy and time, everything to salsa. But I think it kind of paid off,
exactly
at the end. Yeah, it kind of paid off. But yeah. So what was your question? How do I make money? Okay, yes. I I do make money from salsa right now, and also these events. These events are not a yearly thing. If you guys are
yeah,
looking forward to becoming
seasonals.
correct, becoming a choreographer for events, they are seasonal work. Whenever the shadi time comes, is when you have the work. Otherwise, not. But these days, off season भी काम आ जाता है. Then salsa, I have got my classes, my privates, my social, and so the earning for now would be, I would say, is good. It's not that I'm not earning, I'm earning, but yeah, my expenses have also increased.
Absolutely,
So
that will increase.
pehle I did not need to book a studio for my classes. I used to go do private. Now I do privates, I book a studio, I have classes. So I book a space for a workshop. So there are expenses because now I have to also cater to people who are
Exactly.
looking for that kind of experience. Who would not be like, "Ha, theek hai, chalega." No, they would come to in a studio and feel, and then they would
Exactly.
not come
You're
back.
caring. You're
Because
caring
that
for
is
your audience and your customers to give
correct.
them
Because
the
that is their
best
first salsa.
experience.
Correct. That is what everyone should do because that is their first salsa experience or this dance experience into this thing,
Exactly.
and they're like, I didn't feel it, and then they would say, nah, salsa is not my thing. So
Exactly.
you have to be very careful, not just because of salsa, not just salsa, but
Any dance
anything
form
that
and
you're doing,
anything that you're doing,
any
actually.
correct, anyone you're willing to bring into your thing, you have to make sure they feel good about it first.
Absolutely, absolutely. Always like
So yeah,
give more than you receive. Always, then you will receive even more.
correct.
Like वो जो मतलब गीता में कहा गया ना, फल किए जा नहीं क्या
Yeah,
कर्म किए जा, फल की चिंता ना कर,
yeah.
अर्जुन. So that is
And
the thing.
yeah, and I would say how to make like earn money. I would say is the best way is first find out what you're. Okay, I think I'm repeating what Truan
Oh,
said, but
it's okay. That is what I
yeah,
was gonna say. Ki maybe both of you.
I just was saying, and then like, oh my god. So you have to find out if what you're good at and if you love it. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, for example, I knew I was good at dancing. And Bollywood was my thing. Like before the salsa thing happened, even now, if you play Bollywood song and a salsa song, you would see the difference in what I'm doing. Okay,
Yeah.
salsa, I'm still very mindful about it, very technical, maybe. I can't let loose because I'm very concerned about its authenticity. But Bollywood, I'm like, oh my, let's go,
Jande.
like just full on. I can go crazy, and people will be like, "What is this you?" Like that. They were like, "What's wrong with her?" But these are two sides of me.
Crazy. Yeah,
So
correct.
yeah, so you have to. I mean, obviously, even if you don't know if you like this or not, venture into it. And
Yeah,
if you have this urge of doing this, venture into it and stay for some time to
correct.
get results. Like you said,
Exactly.
आकाश की सब कुछ जल्दी चाहिए होता है, जल्दी नहीं
नहीं
होगा,
हो सकता है.
पर ज्यादा देरी भी नहीं होना चाहिए. That is my thing. If बहुत देरी लग रहा है, मतलब आप कुछ गड़बड़ कर रहे हो, look for something which will drive it. You know, maybe say for example, when initially I was teaching, I was doing something wrong in maybe uh, making people come and join my classes or do, because maybe they had these notions of it's a partner dance. I don't have a partner. अकेले कैसे नाचेगा? Or like this is a closed dance and I'm uncomfortable about it.
The
Or
intimacy and
like,
all.
correct. And
Correct.
after COVID, people are like, it's a closed dance. COVID में ये तो नहीं कर सकते. But it's, let me tell you, it's not. In salsa, in bachata, there is a close hold. In salsa also we do close hold, but most of the dancing in salsa is open hold. So
Exactly.
both of
This
are
one.
holding their hands and dancing. So it's not that close. But yeah, I understand the concern. So why? And if you don't have a partner, you can still dance. So like there will be other people, other boys who would be coming in. You would be dancing with them. So, and if you're coming with your partner, you're not always dancing with your partner.
Yeah, exactly. We change partners
we
also.
keep switching. Yeah.
We switch.
So it doesn't matter if you're coming with a person or not. So there are different notions. What was I saying, Akash?
That you have to find what you're good at and then do that and give it time. And like that you were saying na, ki don't give it so much time that if it is taking too long, then maybe you're doing something wrong. Then that is right, absolutely.
Yeah, change what you're doing, change your approach,
Tweak karo,
or
kuch
maybe tweak
correct.
things. Yeah, maybe your circle is not right. Get out of that circle. Tap into a better mindset. I mean, it really works. It happened to me. I know that now I'm with people around me.
Absolutely.
They are pushing me to do stuff.
Exactly,
If I'm being lazy, they're like, go, like do. They are pushing. For example, you also are one of them, I would say, because I was like, I couldn't find time, and you were like, don't worry, Dee, I'm like, tell me anytime. And I was like, okay, fine, this is the window. And I was like, can you do it? You're like, yes. And you just made this happen, this interview happen.
Yeah, absolutely. Deliberate efforts will give you results. Like, absolutely. Like, I totally believe in that. And patience. Patience is like crazy important. And as you were saying, na, ki, if it's not working, then change something. And you should understand also कि when is too long. ऐसा नहीं कि भाई यार 10 दिन कर लिया कुछ नहीं हुआ, ऐसा नहीं बॉस. लोग करते हैं 10 साल भी करते हैं. But you have to understand, like you have to be smart. That is what I'm saying. That's the whole point, Anna. That's the whole point
and
of doing.
And through the years, you also change. I mean, तुमको क्या चाहिए उस चीज से, that also changes.
Exactly.
Like, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. So, say for example, initially I wanted to do this, keep it real. I mean,
correct.
Say I'm just talking about like the hip hop. I mean, it can be anybody. I'm just just giving an example. Say if I got into something and I was very excited about it and I wanted to learn everything. So I got into it. Now I got to know I'm good at it. So I wanted to keep it real and be good at it. Then I realized doing that was not fetching any money or
that's
anything.
not commercially like very good.
Yeah, so now, but there are some of my friends who went commercial and they are just there, they are getting work, they are recognized, and I want to still keep it real. But then I realized, okay, what if I go commercial? There are people who see me, they know me, and now I bring that audience back to my raw, my authentic circle. So then they get to know what is authenticity, and they already are seeing the commercial side of it. So that is very important to understand. Also, if you have people with you, what if you tap into some work and that work is not just for you, but for 3-4 other people.
Exactly.
And maybe that will boost them, may keep them in the dance field. Maybe they are thinking of going out and doing some job, but suddenly you give them say 2-3 gigs, or give them that will give them some kind of hope ki, no man, I can earn through this.
Exactly.
Yeah, or something can be happen. Maybe I need to be little. So it's it's a balance of keeping it real and how much commercial you want to go on it. So
correct, correct.
here comes your faith, like your own thing कि हाँ मैं इतना commercial हो सक रहा हूँ, इससे ज़्यादा it's too much.
But
So
like,
you have to draw the line.
there is the thing, like there's this I would say misconception, and that is why we use commercial in a little bad light. Ki commercial, like I was
Okay.
talking to other people also on, like I don't remember which podcast it was. Ki commercial bura nahi, commercial is not bad. Commercial is like you're in the limelight and you're making money out of it. That is what is commercial, like in simple words. And
Yeah,
more
correct.
like I always use this analogy of food and like cuisines. Okay, like there are ways of making something authentic cuisine, like whatever food dish you take hai, like whether it is say we are talking about chicken, suppose, take hai. There is one
Okay.
way like it is cooked in one way
Or
in
cooking the
Bengal,
chicken.
take hai. It is one
Yeah,
way in some
yeah,
place in the south, in the north,
yeah,
other ways.
yeah,
And there is always
yeah,
an authentic way कि हाँ ऐसे शुरू हुआ था और ऐसे ही मतलब
yeah.
ट्रेडिशनली बनता गया है. बट देर आर पीपल हु हैव मेड सम लाइक हाँ इसमें ये नहीं डाल के ये डाल देते हैं, इसमें मिर्च ज्यादा
Correct.
डाल
अपना
देते हैं,
कुछ tweak
इसमें
किया,
हाँ
हाँ
लाइक
हाँ. और
लाइक
अच्छा बन गया.
and some हाँ exactly like मेरे को ये कहानी याद है, like there is this dish called chicken do pyaza. Do you know why it is
हाँ.
called chicken do pyaza?
No?
Actually it was invented back in the days of Mughals, I guess. Okay.
Okay.
So during the Mughals were here, तो उनका कोई गेस्ट आया था from Afghanistan, ठीक है, the Afghanistan area, and the Mughal king had of course invited him for food, for meals. तो जब उसका जो cook था, ठीक है, he put onions and all, cooked it, and then he forgot he has put onions, so he put onions twice. ठीक है, तो क्योंकि दो बार डाला क्योंकि दो बार डाला तो उसका नाम चिकन दो प्याजा हो गया, एंड टुडे इट इज सच अ फेमस डिश एंड एवरीबॉडी लव्स इट. है ना? तो इन द सेम सो विद द सेम एनालॉजी, अगर डांस, आई नो एंड आई एम अ फर्म बिलीवर ऑफ कीपिंग इट रियल एंड कीपिंग इट रॉ, बट देन सबके लिए रॉ नहीं होता है, ठीक है. पीपल वांट टू, अगर तुम किसी को कुछ और बनाए, थोड़ा मसाला डाल के या किसी और स्टाइल से थोड़ा कुछ लेके उसमें डाल देते हो, so maybe you will cater them much better and they will like it much better, and when people like it they will buy from you, like not buy, like
correct.
I would say like you will get success. Okay, like if you give
Correct.
value, you get value, whether it is monetary
Correct.
or
So
whatever.
what's that different thing that you're doing? Because everyone is teaching Bollywood, everyone is teaching salsa.
Exactly.
So why would we come to you?
That also is a
the
thing.
whole thing.
That is also a thing. And as you said,
that
ki
is the whole
people around you, like network is so important. And I know कि हमारा time limit पार हो गया, but I will still share this story, and it includes actually you. That is why I want to share कि
Okay.
as like ऐसे आपने बोला ना कि तुम्हारे आसपास लोग होते हैं, तुम्हारे पास अगर कुछ है तुम दूसरों को help करो and all, and that's what network is, and that's what your network is so valuable. Why मतलब network is your net worth. So I remember the first time I moved to Kolkata, I decided to move to Kolkata. Okay. And I remember like it was 2019. We met also that, and that was the day when I proposed the idea of Shape Your Sunday podcast the first time at I guess B-Boy Burst workshop. ठीक है, हम लोग वहाँ मिले थे. So that was my first week in Kolkata. So I went to the workshop. We met those people. You were also there. I met you also. And I guess in 3 or 4 days later, you called me up and told me that, hey, there is this Sangeet gig happening and you have to teach them dancing and all. So could you do that? And I was like, yeah, crazy. Yeah. So I was I was 1 week into a new city where I knew almost nobody. And I got my first gig in my first week. So can you imagine, like that is the power of network. And that's that's how like we can like you can earn. Like why I wanted to share this story is because you should go and meet people, you should go and make friends with people. It is not to get something out of them, just to make friends. Like you and I, we are not like friends, or we don't know each other because we work together, or we want something out of each other.
Correct.
We just have a connection. And आपको कुछ आया होगा and it's stuck, अरे आकाश यहाँ पे है ना, तो he can do it. Correct. If I was not there, suppose I did not go for that workshop and I did not chat with you guys, तो आपको पता ही नहीं होता कि अच्छा आकाश भी कोलकाता में है. So You would have thought of somebody else
Correct.
कि कोलकाता में
Being
कौन है जो
at
जा
the
सकता
right
है.
place at the right time.
हाँ, and being at the right place at the right time and being around right people. And find your
Correct.
tribe and find your people. So that I guess that is
Yeah,
the
but that
best
takes
way.
time, because सबको पता कैसे चलेगा कि हाँ यही मेरे people है. Right now I'm around these people. I feel these are my people.
Correct,
But
हाँ.
gradually you get to know कि
Yeah, हाँ, of course. मतलब वो तो है
what
ही.
where
Oh,
because
you
because
started back
you
10,
all
12
only
years
don't know.
ago. You only see your journey. Na? You started 10, 12 years ago and this is, we are
Yeah.
entering 2022 now. ठीक है,
Yeah.
तो now you are getting in the place कि हाँ यहाँ पे मुझे होना चाहिए था, है ना?
Correct.
And you think if only I had these people back 10 years ago.
Correct. These
है ना?
people or these insights before,
Insights.
or I knew for sure that this was what I wanted to do before. It would have been a different scenario altogether.
But then that is the learning curve. That's the journey.
That
And
is it. Yes.
lovely.
Yes. The journey taught me so much. Taught me so much.
Crazy, crazy.
Okay, I was saying something, but it just got lost in our conversation.
Oh,
I
so
just
sorry
don't
about
remember.
that.
No, that's fine. We can talk about that later on.
No worries.
But yeah, so how. So again, coming back to how would you learn? Sorry, how would you earn?
And first you have to
Okay,
earn, then you can earn. That is also a thing.
Yeah, first you have to learn. Yeah, because like people are questioning these days, all the artists, that if everyone is good, I mean, if you think you're good, I mean, no, I just am saying in a wrong way. They're like everyone wants to teach and nobody wants to learn.
Exactly. हाँ,
Everyone
मतलब
is
you are
out
just
there.
into it. हाँ, मतलब अभी just you have come
Yeah,
into the scene and you're putting out there that I am ready to teach. है ना?
yeah,
Somewhat like that, and
yeah.
you're not willing to actually put in the time and money and effort to learn so
No, I
much.
feel, see, even if you have started teaching by coming in just for like a year or 2 years, if you're teaching,
1, 2 years is
I mean,
enough, I
I would
guess.
not say that's bad, but you have to also be responsible of your own growth. Like, if you
Upgradation,
don't
correct.
grow, whatever you're teaching, whoever you're teaching, they won't grow. Like, it won't happen. Like, if you're teaching, it is an added responsibility for you to keep learning, so
Exactly.
that you can pass on that knowledge. You can
Correct.
make those incredible students who would later on go on and do something, make you proud and all of that.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely.
that's very important. Like, as a teacher, you have to be very mindful and very responsible of whatever you're teaching is correct. If you're not sure about what you're saying, just say ki maybe I don't remember the name, or I can't tell you right now. Maybe I'll come back to you about this. Any question that is thrown in on you, and if you don't know, don't say the wrong things, or don't say yeah maybe this and that. Just
Correct.
say I don't know. I'll get back. So
Correct.
that you give the right information, and that is how it is passed on.
That is so important. Correct. So, all
Yeah.
right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being on the podcast. And I loved the half an hour or 40 minutes that we had. It's crazy. And I
It was
loved it.
awesome. I felt
Yeah.
like I'm just chatting with you randomly, and I realized I talked so much and did not let you speak.
So that is the whole point. The guest should speak. If I speak, then what is the point of bringing in the guest?
So sorry about that. But
And the
yeah, I had
podcast
so
is
much
about
fun.
you. This episode
Oh
is
my
about
god.
you, and not.
Oh no, now you are making it sound like I was just getting all warm and all happy about this, and now suddenly I'm like focused.
It's
Spotlight
great.
on you.
It's great actually. That is what is adding value to this podcast and adding value to the listeners and watchers. They get
Yeah.
to learn about your story of almost 12 years of like starting to dance and getting into salsa, then getting into the sangeet and choreographies, and then teaching, and then like all of this stuff. And also you are now taking up some gigs, like you're organizing also, and like as like planners and all. So that is also great.
Yeah, so for us artists, it's not just money coming in from one side. You
That
always
is so
have to keep
important.
looking for opportunities and doing different things, even if it's for less amount of money. If you feel that is something you can do, and maybe hit a mark, and someone will just remember you because of this, go
Right.
for it. You know, you
Correct.
have to take small gigs to, you know, get those big ones sometimes,
Absolutely.
you know.
Absolutely.
So, and also, if you, one more thing that is very important is, if you are rejecting that gig, you make sure someone you know gets it. You know, you give that to somebody who is in need. It's very important that you pass it on. You know, it should be
Absolutely.
passed on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, that is
So
the
keep
whole point.
working.
Yeah. And
And
of
you
course,
have to keep working as an artist. You have to remember, you cannot be like, अच्छा अब मैं 10 साल काम नहीं करूँगा. Yes, we would want that. We would want कि after 40 or 45, we would not have to work, and you know, things
yeah, the
money
retirement
would
thing.
come
Yeah,
in.
correct.
Correct. But you know, for a businessman, it's easier to say that because he's got you know, inflow and outflow of cash and some savings and some investments. You can also do that. You know,
You should
being
do
an
that.
artist as
Not also.
correct.
You
Being an
should
artist,
do
ये
that.
नहीं कि correct. Being an artist, you also have to think about your, you know, future, your after your body gives up, what would you do?
Absolutely.
Because as an
Absolutely.
artist, as a dancer, especially for singers, you might, you know, you can keep going till you're 80, maybe, you know. For a
You don't know.
dancer,
I don't know. Yeah, but
it's tough to go on till 80. It's like
it's
a
tough to
lot.
even after like 35, 40 is also too much because like at least for men I would say, because women have like the prime is in 30s, but
Yeah.
men have their prime in 20s. And then if you're not like, of course there are exceptions, but I'm talking
No,
about
but if you
general
take care
cases.
of yourself,
Ha,
that is where
exactly.
everything comes, Akash. I
That
want to say कि it's all like catch 22. If you earn well, I mean enough and well, you can use that money to invest in your
but
well-being as well. What you
exactly.
eat, your diet, your exercising. You can, you know, you can have a fitness instructor. If not, you can enroll in a gym or whatever.
Hmm.
However you want to do it, you can keep yourself going, your body going, but that will be an investment on you. So to
Exactly.
do that, you have to have that extra money put aside for just for you. And not only the
Absolutely.
body, the mind. Being a creative person, a dancer, you need to have that. You cannot do the same thing for 5 years. You have to go beyond what you already do, you know, because there are other people who might do better than you. You know, like how will you keep your thing going? Why will people hire you? Because you have to keep thinking of something new. So for that, you need to go on trips, on vacations. It's very important that
Yes,
you know, like
exactly.
you you just relax, enjoy. So you have to keep aside some money for that as well. So investment is very important. Saving and investing is a very good habit which you should do if you are, you know, even if you have little,
Yes,
save
exactly.
that much. Yeah.
Exactly. And
And if you don't know much about investment, and if you know a person who you can trust, you know,
ask for
listen to
help.
his
Just
or her.
ask. Questions teach you
Exactly.
everything.
या आज पूछोगे नहीं
कैसे
तो
होगा?
जिंगल ऐसा होगा.
Exactly. And it's
I
not
hope you
hard.
can put this up. I've put a tag over there anyway. So yeah, it's not, you have to ask. It's very important to be informed. So if you do what they are saying is up to you, but knowing is something is very important. You have to know about things. You have to be
Absolutely.
informed. उसके बाद आप अपना डिसीजन लो कि आपके रियलिटी के हिसाब से वो कैसा हो सकता है. अगर
Yeah.
कोई 5,000 सेव कर सकता है तो कोई 1,000 सेव कर सकता है,
Correct,
तो कोई
correct,
500
correct.
सेव कर सकता है.
Correct, correct,
You know,
correct.
like that. So it's very
100%.
important. Earning, investing, you know, and connections also, like it's very important. And you have to, अभी के जमाने में ऐसा नहीं कि कोई बोलेगा ये अच्छा काम करता है इसको दो करके. You have to be your own PR. You have to say, you know what, dude, I do this. I mean, पहले it would have sound boastful, but now it's a necessity.
It's a
You have to go and
it's
say what you, yeah.
yeah,
You have to say कि मैं ये करता हूँ. It's okay.
exactly.
You don't have to be boastful about it.
You have
Just
to be
say this is what you
confident,
do.
huh?
This,
Bus, that's it.
correct. So that it's out there, people know. You know,
Correct,
it's very
correct.
important. That is how you get work on.
Exactly, exactly. And thank you so much insight, man. You have given so much, like you brought up all of the things like networking and learning, like upgrading yourself, and this thing that retirement planning, investing, and about investing. Before we just close this podcast right now, that I would say one thing.
Yeah.
that I say to every person I meet, and whoever says कि यार मेरी तो इतनी कमाई ही नहीं कि मैं save करूं. So to
Correct.
those people, I would say only one thing, that saving and investing is not a number, it's a habit. That's all I say to
Correct.
every people. Every person that gives me this argument कि यार मैं तो पैसा उतना कमाता ही नहीं हूँ. You save 1 rupee, 2 rupees, whatever, okay, and then start putting it into different avenues. I am not investment advisor, so I will not name them. Okay, but of course there are multiple YouTube channels for free that teach you investment and savings, so you can learn from there. There are paid ways also. There are people who do it for you. Okay, so there are different avenues. For example, so do that.
Say investment can also be like tangible investment. Say for example, आप फोटोग्राफर हो या आप कोई क्रिएटिव मतलब आप कोई क्रिएटिव हो के ग्राफिक डिजाइनिंग और मे बी some creative person, so maybe it's a very important thing that you want you
the
should
gears,
own or you should have the phone.
Yeah,
the gear
correct,
or something.
Exactly.
Maybe you have a very outdated phone, but you're still working with that and you're still getting gigs. What if you save that money and buy a better phone? You'll have a better picture quality, better stuff, and you might get better gigs, more gigs in fact. And then you'll have more money, then buy a laptop, then buy a car, then buy a home.
Wow.
It goes on like that. So
Absolutely.
if you think कि मैं save नहीं कर पा रहा हूँ, for those who cannot do that saving thing, go for buying things which you would use.
Assets,
and,
not things, money. Assets. Yeah, that's what.
No, I wouldn't call phone as an asset.
It is, yes, it is an asset.
No, because it kind of you paying EMI and all the money is going. But if that is what the thing is, like it can bring out money through.
Yeah, that is the thing. Like that's the whole definition of asset. Like which gets you money, liability which takes away money.
Correct, because anyway, if you buy a car, the car is only going to squeeze in all your money.
Most of the time, cars are liabilities.
If you use that car. Yeah, but if you use that car and go drive instead of going in a bus or auto, which takes so much time, and you're using that car and you're reaching at clients' places faster, getting more work done, you can also work late nights or early mornings because you've got that car.
You have got
so
the flexibility.
You have to think of how to use things.
Absolutely.
Make more money. That is
exactly. That's why we wear so expensive shoes, even though we are not earning that much.
Because those shoes you dance in. You cannot have your knees go whack before you hit old age.
Exactly.
Your knees are very important. Your body is very important. You need to have good shoes.
Yeah. So much insight. Such insightful episode this has become right now. So this is crazy. Right. So thank you for coming, and we'll do another episode some other day for sure, because it's going to be a season like wise thing, and I'll see kitne aayenge and kitne nahi. So thank you so much for coming.
More episodes, do more good like work like you're doing, more insights so that your listeners get more value, which they already are getting.
Hope so.
And just grow, Akash. I love to see.
Thank you so much, and that's the whole point, that we all grow. That's the whole motto of Shape Your Sunday. Like pura jungle bana dena hai. All right, bye bye, have a great day, have a great night, and
bye Akash. Thank
bye bye, have fun, bye bye.
So you heard it from the woman herself, what it takes to build a career around dancing and especially around Latin dancing. आसान नहीं है, well आसान तो कुछ भी नहीं है फिर ज़िंदगी में ना, बट चलो आई होप कि आपको इससे क्लैरिटी मिली हो. अगर आपको लैटिन डांस में इंटरेस्ट है या फिर आप सोच रहे हो कि क्या लैटिन डांस के थ्रू भी एक करियर बन सकता है, वो भी इंडिया में, तो जवाब आपके सामने बिल्कुल पेश है, बिल्कुल हाँ है. क्योंकि अगर सोमा दी कर सकती है तो आप क्यों नहीं, एंड शी स्टिल लर्निंग. द बेस्ट थिंग इज़ कि वो हमेशा शी इज़ अ सीकर एंड शी इज़ अ गिवर. वो हमेशा अपने आर्ट को शेयर करती है लोगों के साथ, एंड दैट इज़ द बेस्ट थिंग. एंड आई थिंक लाइक वो जो सालसा पार्टीज़ होती है ना, दैट इज़ वन ऑफ द बेस्ट इवेंट्स टू गो टू एज अ डांसर. मैन, दिस इज़ सो फन. The next time I'm in Kolkata, I'm sure going there. And if you're in Kolkata next time, and if a salsa party is happening, we are not meeting at a restaurant or a bar or a club. We are meeting right there. चलो, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for listening. अगर ये सुन के आपको कुछ क्लैरिटी मिली है, अगर आपको कुछ वैल्यू मिला हो, तो हमारा भी थोड़ा मन रखने के लिए लाइक बटन दबा दो, क्योंकि अच्छा लगता है देख के, एंड सब्सक्राइब कर लो अगर मन करे तो. And most importantly, go follow Soma Subedi on Instagram. It is all linked below. And if you're listening to this on Spotify, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for supporting the podcast. And yeah, just give us a follow if you do consider this a good podcast. And share कर देना अपने dancers के साथ. अपने family में ना करो तो भी चलेगा, but किसी डांसर फ्रेंड के साथ कर देना यार, क्योंकि अगर हम एक दूसरे की ना सोचेंगे तो कौन सोचेगा यार. Alright, see you next time. This is Akash signing off. Until then, keep dancing, keep shaping, and make lots and lots of money. See you next time.